Hello, my name is Sebastian, and did my case study analysis on Ben. Ben is a 20-year-old male that exhibits behavioral problems associated with cognitive, motor, and perceptual deficits. He was admitted to the hospital with decreased consciousness and resulted in right hemiplegia. Ben's admitted diagnosis included a myocardial aneurysm, an infarct of the left middle cerebral artery, infective endocarditis, and mitral valve vegetation. Ben also has muscle weakness and loss of function with his right upper and lower extremity. I have two preparatory tasks for Ben that will help target specific client factors and performance skills. The first one is the roots approach. I want Ben to be able to visually see, and we'll be tapping on the muscles, right? So visual and sensory. I want to be able to see that I am tapping on the muscles I want him to activate, or just to be able to be aware of it, right? He might not have control of his right hemiplegic arm, but I want him to know that, okay, this is where I'm going to be working with. The second preparatory task is range of motion stretching, because Ben's arm is flaccid for most of the time, if not all the time, because he has lost complete control of his right upper extremity and lower extremity. His arm stays in an elbow extended position. I want to be able to move that joint back and forth. I want to make sure the muscles are still relatively healthy, that he doesn't develop any muscle spasticity or contractures, especially in his tricep, because his arm is constantly stretched. That tricep muscle is constantly in an extended position. So I want to move it to this motion, put it back down. So here we have therapist with Ben, right? I want Ben to be able to visually see that this is what's going on. Therapist grabs the patient's hand, slowly moves it through its range of motion, right? She's also monitoring to see if Ben is exhibiting any pain, facial pain expressions. That's very important, especially if his speech isn't always there during these sessions. So we're doing some external rotation, see where he's going. The hand is in a neutral position, right? I want to bring that elbow up. Now we're going through abduction, shoulder abduction. See how he's doing in the shoulder joint. As you can see in the facial expression, he's doing okay. He's not pulling his shoulder back like he's in pain, right? He's not portraying any facial expressions that can show that he's in pain. So he seems okay throughout this whole range of motion. And you'll slowly bring that joint back down. One way to task up this task is having Ben with his unaffected arm, right? Have him go through the range of motion, and I want him to use that unaffected arm and do it with himself, like you can see in the video right now, right? I want him to see if he can do range of motion by himself, especially on days where the therapist will not be there. I want to get him into this little, not rhythm, but schedule of him performing himself. Just help that move around. All right. I have also created two interventions for Ben as well. The first intervention, Ben will start either on his bed or his chair. I want to address his trunk strength and endurance. Right? I want to address his trunk postural muscles. The reason behind this is the longer we can get Ben seated without him feeling dizzy, low energy, the more time we get to spend with him in a session, in a 1 hour session, to help address upper body dressing and lower body dressing. If Ben can only sit for 5 minutes, this is a baseline. We might have just only enough time to help Ben put a shirt on before he wants to lay back down. So by increasing his trunk strength and endurance, we'll be able to do more dressing, self-care, ADLs, all while he is seated. So the first intervention is Ben will be either seated on the chair, or if he's not feeling great or too tired, I want Ben in his bed, just in this position, right? We'll use the bed, bring it up so that he's I don't want to say fully upright, but enough to perform this task. So I'm gonna have the therapist on the right side of the bed, like you see in the video now. He's gonna grab a plastic cup or something that's light on the right side of the bed with his unaffected arm. He's gonna pick it up. He's gonna rotate and turn to the therapist and give it to the therapist. He's gonna go back, grab another item. So I'll have 10. I'll have 10 light items on the left side. Um, it could be on that little table that he has on the left side of the bed. He's gonna grab it and give it to the therapist on the right side of his bed. So I'm gonna have him do one set of 10. And then I will ask Ben if he is tired, if he does he need a break. If he needs a break, I'll give him 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how he feels. After 5 to 10 minutes, I will then switch. Right, I'll have the therapist go to the left side of the bed. The 10 items already here. I'm gonna have him grab those 10 items with that unaffected arm. And so I'll look like this, grab it, and I want him to turn to the therapist on the left side of the bed and hand it to the therapist. So there are three ways. To task up this task once Ben gets stronger and he feels like this task is getting pretty easy. First task is instead of something light, we can fill up like a cup with liquids, so it's a little heavier. We'll have him do that 10 times from left to right and 10 times from right to left. Another way to task up this this task is I can just increase the repetitions. If he feels like holding something heavier is too much, then I'll increase the repetitions with a light item. The third way to task up this task is I will have Ben's chair or bed, even more upright, so he's not like slouched like this. I have him sit up. I don't want to say 90 degrees, but close to 90 degrees, maybe 100 degrees, up 90 degrees, 95 degrees, and I will put items by his foot while he's on the bed, and I want him to reach forward, grab the items, and come back. So one at a time. So another one set of 10. If this task is too hard, obviously we'll just decrease the number of repetitions. Or instead of grabbing items, I'll just have him do this without any items in his hand. The second intervention I want Ben to do will address stressing. So Ben will be seated on the chair. Let me bring that. So Ben will be seated on the chair. First, I want the therapist to educate Ben on how to dress, right? I want him to know and understand that he needs to address his affected arm first, especially with upper body dressing or lower body dressing. Relating to the first intervention of increasing core strength, the longer we can get Ben seated without feeling low energy or tired or dizzy, the more we can get done. So, with this dressing task, I want Ben to be able to reach forward to grasp items with his unaffected arm with one set of 10 repetitions. If he can do that set, this will directly translate to him either using a sock aid or a dressing stick, reaching forward down by his feet and doing the lower dressing task by himself. If this task is too hard, we can task down and have the therapist in this video help with Ben dressing. So the therapist can help position the shirt on Ben's lap so that it's easy for Ben to grab his affected arm and drop it into the hole of the shirt. Ben will then use his unaffected arm and grab the shirt and bring it over his shoulder. Right? He's got to be able to throw it all the way across so that he can, with the unaffected arm, put it into the arm hoop hole. This also really depends. As you can see, there's forward flexion. Right? The first intervention that he created was forward flexion in the bed. So all these positions will help with dressing as he progresses through these sessions. Another way to task up this task, as you can see, Ben's in the chair. He has a backing to his chair where he can lean back on when he feels tired, and he can also dress in this position as well while he's tired. Right? When Ben progresses and feels stronger, as you can see, he just leaned back, trying to button the shirts. He can do this task at the edge of the bed. At the edge of the bed, you don't have anything to lean back on, correct? So that's one way to increase the task up, and task down, as you can see, his therapist can help Ben dress. So I believe. Yeah, so I believe that is it. Thank you. That is my case study 3. Have a great day. Thank you.